Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Firstly, let's thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has been give us some mercies and blessing until we can stand in this happy place without any trouble and obstacle. Secondly, my salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who has guided us from the darkness to likeness, from stupid era to the clever era, namely is religion, so we can enjoy in this era. Okay, before we going to my proposal title, I want to introduce myself. My name is Juanda Purnama. I'm from English major. So this is my proposal title. My proposal title is an analyze student perception of online English learning during the COVID-19 pandemic for the 10th grade student at SMA Islam and Webla Kembar study program of English Language Education, Faculty of Language and Humanity, Hamzanwadi University 2021. Okay, next. Okay, chapter 1, Introduction. Their background of study, focus of the study, purpose of the study, and significance of study. Chapter 2, review of related literature, online English learning, perception, relevant study, theoretical framework, research question. Chapter 3, research methodology. Their research design, setting of study, participant of the study, data collection, data analysis, trustworthiness. Okay, next. Chapter 1. Okay, background of the study. Uh, According to Crystal, 2003, that English acts as a global language. It's studied and used a communication tool in various countries as a first language or foreign language. With this language, people can express idea, emotion, and desire. Next, the explanation of online learning. According to Fajrin 2020, page 2, online learning is carried out using the internet or meeting application based on social media application that are connected to the internet network or mobile device such as cell phone and laptop. This is my reason why I take that proposal title. The research want to conduct a research student perception of online English learning during the COVID-19 pandemic COVID. Okay, next. Number 2, focus of the study. This research will describe on implementation of learning during the COVID-19 pandemic in the 10th grade of SMA Islam NW Bila Kembar. Then this focus in implementation of learning. Okay, purpose of the study. The purpose of the study, number 1, analyzing student internal perception factor, and number 2, analyzing student external perception factor in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic in the 10th grade of SMA Islam NW Bila Kembar. So this is my purpose. I want to analyze the internal and external factor of that the student. Okay, number 4, there are significance of study, theoretical and practical. Theoretical, the research hope that the result of the research can be useful for teacher in understanding the difficult phase by understanding during the online learning process during the COVID-19 pandemic. Practical, there are two parts of that practical. There for student and for teacher. For student, online learning can be used as a learning medium for learning English learning the COVID-19 pandemic. And for teacher, it's how that the research can provide information or idea to teach in teaching English through online learning. Okay, this is the chapter 1. Chapter 2, the concept of online learning, of online English learning. According to Lestari and Utomo, 2020, a learning is a type of teaching and learning that allows teaching material to deliver students using the internet and computer network media. According to Bali and Musrifah 2020, online learning is one of the learning methods that use electronic media. Okay, there are advantage and disadvantage of online learning. The advantage of online English learning, according to Jokro 2009, as a quote in Indra Kusuma and Cahyani et al. 2020, Putri 2060, there are advantage of implementing e-learning as follows. Number one, easier to absorb, much more cost effective, much more concise, available to 24 hours per day. According to Nursalam, this disadvantage, okay, according to Nursalam 2008, as quote in Indra Kusuma and Putri 2060, the disadvantage of implementing a learning are as follows: lack of interaction, the teaching and learning versus and toward training rather than self-education, not all internet, like computer access to adequate computer can be a problem for student, then inadequate equipment like software and hardware. This perception, the explanation of expert, according to Kyung 2017, page 40, state that perception is approach that experience to save sensory consciences or understanding of sensory information. Number two, according to Istaya Francesca 2030, declare that perception is the whole process of human mind aware in drawing in the surrounding environment. Okay, relevant study. There are two little of thesis. Title of thesis. Their research conducted by Iga Anggraini 2021, student perception of learning English online during the COVID-19 pandemic, and their research conducted by Arigo Nurzekia 2021, the analyze of student perception of online learning during pandemic COVID-19 at 11 grade student of SMA in West of Sapi. Theoretical framework. Theoretical framework. According to Maseda et al. 2012, online learning is part of distance learning. According to Kumar Basak et al. 2080, defines online learning as the use of internet technology to build learning material so that students can access it from anywhere. The second, according to Goulton 2021, perception is a mechanism that is followed by a sensing process, which is a mechanism by which individuals receive a stimulus through the senses, or sometimes referred to as sensor process. Okay, there are research questions. I have two questions in this research. Number one, how the student respond the use of the Google Meet, WhatsApp Classroom as medium in the online learning process during the COVID-19. And the second, what is the cognitive response to the use of Google Meet and WhatsApp Classroom as online learning media at SMA Islam NW Bila Kembar? Okay, chapter 3, research methodology. Research design, according to Fitra and Lutfia 2070, page 44, the explanation of qualitative is research procedure that use the descriptive data in the form of written or spoken word from observable people or actor. According to Sugiyana 2060, page 9, qualitative descriptive method is a research method based on the philosophy of positivism, which is used to examine the condition of natural object. Some of the opposite are experiment, where the research is the key instrument of data collection technique is carried by triangulation. Studying of the study. Research by setting refers to the place and time and conducting research. The research conclude that this research one conduct in this 10 grade of SMA Islam anyway bila kebar. Okay, next. Okay. Participant of the study. Research participant are the population and research samples. The participant in this study were 10 grade SMA Islam anyway bila kebar, and this says the research took one class as research participant. Data collection definition of character, their perception online English learning, then the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Kyung 2070 page 18, perception is the process experience to achieve awareness or understanding of sensory information. The second, according to Hartley 2001, learning is a type of teaching and learning that allows teaching material to be delivered to a student using the internet. Then number three, the coronavirus is zoonotic transmission between animals or animals. Director General of Disease Prevention and Monitoring 2020. Okay, study instrument, their interview and questionnaire. Wilden interview 2050-160 explained that interview were conducted to obtain information which could not be obtained through observation or questionnaires. According to Sugiyano 2012, a questionnaire is data collection technique carried by giving a series of question or statement to respond to answer. The data collection technique, Arikunta 2010, explained that collecting is the most important job in research, so that in collecting data, methods and instruments are need for data collection such as interview, observation, questionnaires, and documentation. Next, data analysis. In analyzing the data, the research used the theory of Mills, Holtman and Saldana 2040, showing that the activity in data analyzing consists of three procedures: is data reduction, data display, conclusion, verification. Okay, data reduction. Data reduction is the process of selecting focus, sampling, searching for the theme and the pattern, neglect need. Okay, data display according to Mills, Huberman, dan Saldana 2040. In the second step, the research will present the data by sampling the data by using original text in the form of narrative text. And the third, conclusion or verification. The last step in analyzing the data is drawing conclusion. The research concludes the main points from all the data has been collected, so that it will be clear. The conclusion will answer the problem formulation at the beginning. Okay, trustworthiness. There are four parts of the trustworthiness. There are credibility, dependability, confirmability, and transformability. Credibility is defined as the belief that can be placed on truth of research findings. The second, dependability refers to the stability of finding over time. Dependability involves participant evaluating and finding and the interpretation and commendation of the study. Make sure that they are supported by data received from the information of the study. Conformability is concerned with establishing the data and interpretation of the finding are not the imagination of the asker, but are clearly derived from the data. Okay, the last, transformability. Transformability refers to the degree to which the result of qualitative research can be transferred to another context by response. It's the interpretive equivalent of the general. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for my mistake. Then Thank you for my lecture. Mir Siti Mishra. I hope always is healthy. Oke, sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.